This week, I fly 4,800 miles for a kebab, eat a curry at 38,000 feet, get stranded in New York, and discovered how far I'll really go for garlic sauce as I take the final ever Singapore Airlines flight from Houston to Manchester. 5 years ago, I stood here at Houston Intercontinental Airport after arriving in from Manchester with one mission and one mission only, to get myself a Texas steak. Well, that was really the flight that changed my life, because a few years later I took exactly the same flight from Manchester here on a one-way ticket as we moved to Houston. Today, I've got to take that flight one last time, and it will be the last time, because after today, well, there's no more Singapore Airlines here. And of course, in classic Noel style, we're going to head back to Manchester in the search of something truly amazing. A proper chippy kebab. Hello. Thank you very much. I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Doing well.
Good. I thought I had to come and do this flight one last time before it finishes.
This is it today. Do you have any luggage?
No, I'm just hand baggage. I'm literally fly back tomorrow, so
okay.
just doing it for doing the last flight. So
the last flight.
This is the flight that brought us over when we moved to the US, so it means a lot to me. So yeah, we wanted to get on the last one.
I'm so sorry.
Well, what about you guys? Are you?
We have other airlines.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you work for like an agent. That's good to know.
You're all set.
Amazing. Thank you very much.
Here.
It's been a pleasure. Yes, thank you.
Delta 10, 720, United Polaris Lounge, 17 KC.
Amazing stuff. Thank you very much. Have a good night and best of luck. Thank you. So here's the thing, you see, Singapore Airlines have served Houston for almost 20 years. They flew for ages as a continuation of Singapore Airlines flight through Moscow into Houston, and then since 2016 they've been flying through Manchester, and this flight has become such an important thing for people from the north of England coming to and from Texas.
Yeah, SQ51?
Yes, I am, last one, yeah.
Last one, yeah.
Are you on that as well?
Yeah, I'm on that one.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's sad that it's ending.
I'm just here to catch that flight. Basically.
Yeah, same. Yeah, nice to meet you. Yeah, thank you. It's been such an important flight, this one, for me.
Do you mind if we take a picture?
Absolutely,
If
yeah,
that's
let's
fine
go for
with
it.
you.
Yeah, go for it.
Sure, thank you so much.
It's a shame the plane's like, it's right up there, isn't it? We can't get it.
That's a shame, yeah. Thank you so much.
You are more than
Enjoy your
welcome.
flight.
Thank you. You as well. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks. Hello. Thank you.
1 second, I had to do something.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. So Singapore Airlines use the United Polaris Lounge here in Houston. It's actually my favourite Houston airport lounge, this and the Amex Centurion, but that can get really busy. This lounge is awesome. They do have sit-down dining, but you need to kind of get a reservation and have a big full meal, and actually I'm planning to eat on the plane tonight. Thank you. This is the new Terminal E security checkpoint, by the way, here at Houston. They were just starting to build this when I came here 5 years ago. It's opened like 2 weeks ago. It's such a nicer experience, I have to say. So here's the thing then about this flight, SQ51 and SQ52 is such an important flight for Texans going to the north of England, whether it's Brits that have moved here, whether it's people in Texas going to the north of England. Well, it's fairly important really, and there's several reasons for that. It's the only link non-stop between Texas and the north of the UK outside of Heathrow. From now on, if you want to go to the north of England or to Scotland, you're going to have to connect through Heathrow on either BA or United. But here's the other thing, this is a pretty unique flight because it's operated by Singapore Airlines, who are world renowned as being one of the best airlines in the world. In my experience, they're one of my top 3 airlines, and they are in the eyes of most people who use it. It was such a nice little service to have. Well, it's not going to be around any longer. For me, it's also quite personal because this was the flight that I took when I came here for my steak, the first time I'd ever been to Texas in my life. This was the flight that we took when we came over to have a look around Texas and figured out it was a place that we wanted to live. This is the flight that we were using when we were getting ready for our move over to the US, when we were coming over and setting up bank accounts and things like that. And of course, it's the flight that we took on that one-way ticket almost 3 years ago when we moved here to our new home in Texas. And this is it, really. So I had to come and do it one last time, really. And we had to do something cool with it as well. Let's go and get that kebab.
Final flight. Thank you so much.
Awesome, thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate it a lot.
All right. Come on in.
We want to thank you for your great support throughout the years.
Hi there. Hello, sir. How are you? Thank you very much. I am, yes.
Yes, I watch your flights.
Oh, do you? Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, welcome aboard.
Thank you very much. The last one I had to do it, so thank you. Hello. All right, thank you very much. Have a good day.
Okay, I'll double check. Okay for you?
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Right then, for the last time, let's got on board SQ51, the last Singapore Airlines flight out of Houston.
Guys, have a nice flight.
Thank you. Hello, how are you?
How are you, sir?
I'm awesome, thank you.
You go straight, make a left, please.
Awesome, thank you. Hello, how you doing? I am in 17, so I think...
17 this way?
Is it this way, yeah? Thank you.
16K. 16 this way.
Amazing, thank you. So for the last time then, welcome on board Singapore Airlines flying out of Houston, Texas. I'm going to miss this flight. Such a handy little connection, but hey, not everything can last forever, right? All good things have to come to an end at some point, and fingers crossed Singapore might be back at some point into Houston, maybe flying to some even cooler destination than Manchester. They went to Moscow before, so who knows. This is Singapore Airlines business class suite. Every other time I've done this flight has been either economy or I think premium economy when we flew over, when we moved over. But here's the thing, this aircraft is the same plane that brought us over 3 years ago when we actually moved here to Texas, the exact same aircraft, so quite fitting really that that's the one that they're using on the last one. I'm sure they didn't plan it that way. Getting settled in for a comfortable, hopefully, flight over to Manchester. As we were boarding as well, this is what they handed out to us. It's a luggage bag tag thing. Look at that, look. SQ51, Houston to Singapore, March the 30th, 2025. Thing is, this flight continues on to Singapore from Manchester, and it's usually, in my experience, people who have flown this flight have either been British people coming to the States or Americans going to Singapore and connecting through. Surprisingly enough, there's more British people wanting to visit Texas than there are Texans wanting to visit Manchester. I cannot for the life of me imagine why. They do amazing pies and chippies in Manchester, but apparently not good enough to tempt Americans to visit Manchester on a holiday. This flight usually isn't that busy, and tonight's no exception. There's quite a lot of empty seats, hence I was able to get it relatively cheap in business class. As I got settled in for the flight, it was time to sit back and relax and get settled in for one last takeoff from Houston on the Singapore Airlines A350. The first leg of this wild adventure took me on a 4,800 mile journey non-stop from Houston to Manchester in the UK. Well, there we go, for one last time airborne from Houston on Singapore Airlines. Shouldn't be too sad this time tomorrow, I will be back home.
Yeah, right.
I'm enjoying as much Texas steak as I can actually consume physically. We have one little job to do. We've got to get to Manchester, we've got to get to that chippy, have a kebab, get back to the airport and get back on the plane. It's going to be tight, which is what she said. Alright then, dinner time. The starter is scallops. That's what we got. Fishy. But highlight of the starter, garlic bread. Oh yes, please. Now some people think that flying to the UK for a kebab is a little bit insane, but I say let's embrace it. Why not turn it into a full British takeaway tour? And that's why I've gone for chicken tikka masala. Oh yes. Now I was chatting to my therapist this week, and I came to talking about the early days of my YouTube channel and how many years it was, and it seems crazy now. There was so many years where I didn't put my face on camera because of one reason. I was afraid of what people would think. I had this ridiculous fear that people would think I was an idiot, I was a moron, and this 40-year-old guy was out there making videos, and I'm still an idiot, and I'm still a moron. For some reason, I let this fear of what people I didn't know think of me stop me from growing my business for 3 years. I just carried on as I was because I was so worried about what people would think. He actually put me on to something pretty decent that I've started listening to the audiobook of now, and it's an amazing thing. It's called the Let Them Theory, and if you've not heard of it, it's basically the theory of if somebody says something bad about you, let them. If somebody's angry at you, let them. Just let them be. Might get a negative comment on YouTube, well, let them. Other people's negativity doesn't have to impact on me, and that's something that has been really useful. And actually, thanks to this week's paid partner, BetterHelp, I've got onto this as well as many other things through my sessions that I've been having with them. Now, BetterHelp is so easy for me because it allows me to have video chats with my therapist whenever I schedule them. Once a week usually is what I have, but there's been occasions when I've not been able to do that thanks to me travelling or whatever, or me being busy on filming flights and stuff. But that's fine because I can still contact him through live chat, and I can have live chats with him in between the sessions. It's so handy. Signing up was super easy. I answered a few questions on the website, and then pretty soon they put me in touch with a specialist who I was able to then start scheduling sessions with. If at any time it doesn't work out with the particular therapist that you've been matched with, well, that's okay. You can swap to another one with no hard feelings either way. I honestly love BetterHelp. It's been so helpful for me, and thousands of other people have as well. They've got a 4.5 rating on Trustpilot, and in my experience it is worth it. I've had such a good experience with BetterHelp. It's helped me so much as well to just get my head straight a lot of the time. Now, BetterHelp are offering you 10% off your first month when you use my link on the screen now, betterhelp.com/Noel. That's betterhelp.com/Noel.
It's time for the Noel Phillips Lou Review.
It is indeed the Singapore Airlines. It's not the inaugural, is it? The extraugural? Outaugural? I don't know. The last one anyway. The last Houston Singapore Airlines loo review. This is the middle loo on the A350. Pretty nice. We got some flowers going on here. They're not real. They're just like fake ones. And then we've got like a baby changing mat. There is a bog down there. Le bog. Some quercus, and then we've got a sink and a step to open the waist flap. Hello, I am a waist flap. So far, really enjoying the flight. The service on Singapore Airlines can't be beat, honestly. They are one of my favourite airlines, at least in terms of the service that you get on board. The hard product's a little bit different. I'll talk about that a little bit later on in the flight. It sounds like I'm being a right miserable git when I'm talking about the seat and everything, but you'll see. But the service just phenomenal. Anyway, let's use the loo, get back to my seat and see if we can get some sleep, because when I land in Manchester, it's pedal to the metal.
That was the Noel Phillips Lou Review.
After a nightcap of a double Baileys on ice, it was time to get the bed down and get some rest ahead of my big day in Manchester. So while I was in the loo, the crew have made up my bed for me, and you can see what I mean about this seat here on Singapore. This is where you sit, but then your legs go that way on an angle, and you're sort of angled and curved in the middle somewhat, which is slightly uncomfortable. Honestly, I don't think, this is controversial, I don't think Singapore Airlines have the best business class seat in the world. I really don't. That sounds like a complaint, because don't get me wrong, it's still really, really good. It's proper good. I love Singapore Airlines. I love their business class, and it's amazing, but it's not as good as some others. Honestly, the service is what Singapore Airlines is good at, and the meals and all that sort of thing. The actual seat itself, not amazing, and I think the seat on United's Polaris is probably a little bit better than this, which is going to be the way that we have to go flying to the UK now going forward. What I will say though is that the price of this flight has been pretty decent. I actually booked this 3 days ago because I wasn't sure I was going to be doing it or not, and then I booked it like 3 days ago. They wanted $4.5 grand for this business class seat, which I thought was ridiculous, considering United will do it for $3 in Polaris to Heathrow. But I did what I usually do, and I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to book premium economy, and I booked premium economy for $1,020, knowing that Singapore Airlines 9 times out of 10 will offer you an upgrade once you've bought it for a much lower price. So the original price was $4,500. I paid $1,000 for premium economy, and they offered me an upgrade to business for another $1,000. So it ended up costing me $2,000 for this instead of $4,500, which I think is good. I mean, it's expensive for a kebab. It is an expensive kebab, so hopefully it will be worth it. A couple of hours later, and too full of excitement about the kebab to get to sleep, I woke up and decided to get some breakfast. I didn't get any sleep, pretty much. Maybe like an hour or so. That's about it. But it's getting light now, and we are going to be landing into Manchester soon. They're coming around, putting everybody's beds back into seats. Just took my breakfast order. Looking forward to getting down into Manchester. Said probably the first person ever. And getting that sweet kebab goodness. No matter how long I've lived in the States, I still can't do the whole sausage/bacon with syrup thing. With sweet sticky syrup. After an 8-hour flight across the Atlantic, it was time to begin our descent into Manchester. After almost 5,000 miles, one delicious curry and barely any sleep. All that stands between me and that glorious kebab now is a short journey and possibly my own questionable life choices. Now, people often ask me what it's like arriving in the UK after you move abroad, and I have to say I liken it to that feeling you have when you quit a job and then return as a customer many years later. You've moved on, but the place you used to know looks kind of similar but also kind of different somehow, like it's in some sort of alternate reality. It's pretty weird. So here we are then back in Manchester. Singapore Airlines got me there in style, and now it's over to me to find a kebab that's worth flying halfway around the world for. No pressure, right? How long do you have here in Manchester?
We have another 2 days.
2 days. Do you go
Yes.
back on the new flight, the
300, yeah.
300 or something,
300
yeah.
series, yeah.
We'll miss you in Houston.
So sad, I'm gonna miss Houston.
It's a nice place.
Yes, I agree.
A10. If you are transferring this one that's going on to another airline, please make your way to the transfer area and follow the signs. If you require assistance on this embarkation, then gentlemen, kindly remain seated. May I remind all passengers, please look in the overhead.
Sorry. Thank you.
The two Singapore.
Right, welcome to Manchester, the last ever SQ51 done. The lady on the door, I didn't get a chance to say hi. She was the lady when I did my flight to Texas for steak that was really confused that I was going all the way to Texas for a steak and back. that was funny. Full circle.
Good morning, sir.
Hi, morning.
Transfer to Singapore
No, just arriving. I'm from Houston, yeah.
from Houston.
Yes.
We are just outside.
Thank you.
UK
Hiya.
European passport
UK,
down
yeah.
this way.
Thank you. Hi, morning. Good, thanks. How are you? Alright, then time to get to the holy grail of British takeaway fast food. I've got an Uber on the way. I've got 4 hours until my flight leaves back to the States, so fingers crossed we might be able to make it. Hi, are you alright? Yes. Awesome, man. No worries. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Have a great day. Alright, thank you. Hiya, alright. So now it was just a small matter of getting across to the kebab shop. I just hoped it was open. This afternoon, yeah. I've got 4 hours. So just enough time to go and get a kebab and then go back home.
Hopefully do a nice kebab.
I hope so. I hope it's worth the travel, yeah.
I hope they're open too.
I know, me too. I think they're open from 8, but I just hope they're doing chips at this time.
Definitely should do chips at this time. They should, otherwise I will make sure I'll trust you to that place. Because that'll be a big disappointment.
I know, imagine that. Oh. it. Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
All right, mate. Thank
Well,
you.
I told you, without the thumbs up, I'm not going to I promise you, I'm here, mate. Give me a
Cheers,
thumbs
mate.
up.
I will do.
Anyway, I wish you
Thanks a
all the
lot,
best.
man. See you later.
Take care, bro.
Bye-bye.
See you later.
See ya. All right, 4,800 miles for a kebab. Let's go see if it's worth it. Hiya, you all right? How are you doing? Are you doing kebabs this morning? Awesome. Can I have a...
Let me have a look first. Okay?
Yeah, all right, no worries. Chickens will be amazing, please. Yeah, thank you.
It's all right.
I just got a flight from Houston for a kebab, and then I'm going back home this afternoon.
Oh, come on. Seriously.
So you've, yeah.
Chicken wrap.
So you've got to make this a good one.
And salad sauce, everything.
Yeah, everything, thank you. The spicy sauce if you can.
Yeah. What can would you like? I'll give you a meal deal.
I'll have a Pepsi Max, please, mate. Thank you.
You from America?
I'm from
Yeah.
Nottingham originally.
Nottingham, yeah.
So we've been living in Texas for 3 years now.
Right.
And now,
You like
I've
living
just
there?
flown back just for a kebab today. So yeah, we
Do you like
love
living
it.
there?
Absolutely love it. Absolutely
Really?
love it. Yeah. It's the best move we ever did.
If you want to sit down, we can put it on the plate. Don't worry about that. You take
Yeah, all right, okay, go on then. Thank you. All right, 4,800 miles for this. It better be good, and it better be worth it. Yeah. All right, my flight goes in 3 hours now, back from Manchester Airport, so I've got to get an Uber back to the airport, and then we'll get back home. Let's go. Thank you. I'm good, thanks. How are you? So with time ticking down, I still had to check in for my flight back to New York yet, but in no time at all I was back at Terminal 2 at Manchester, ready to get on board my flight home. Manchester Airport's having a whole load of building work done at the minute, so most of the gates in Terminal 2 are down these really dark, dingy corridors with loads of stairs too. Eventually I got to the gate where this Aer Lingus A330 was waiting to take me back across the pond. Hiya.
Passports and
Thank you
boarding
very
pass,
much.
please. Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks so much, have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Hi there. Welcome aboard.
Thank you, just going to put across the table. Alright, thank you. So with my belly full of kebab, it was time to sit back and relax for the flight back across the Atlantic and maybe, just maybe, try and get a little bit of sleep. The first leg of my dash back home then took me back across to New York JFK Airport with a flight time of about 8 hours. Once we'd taken off, I pulled my window shade shut and put the bed down to try and get a little bit of sleep before I arrived back in the States. I woke up after a couple of hours and managed to get some work done on the Wi-Fi while I had a snack. Eventually though, we started our descent over Long Island for our arrival into JFK.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to JFK International Airport.
And then nice and easy through global entry, less than 5 minutes after stepping off the plane. Now I need to head to a taxi because I've got to get across to LaGuardia for the last leg home on this great adventure. How you doing? I'm good, thank you. LaGuardia, please. Now I had just 2 hours to get across New York to LaGuardia for my flight home. The good news was it was just a short 9-mile drive away. The bad news, it was a 9-mile drive across New York. After sitting in traffic for what seemed like forever, we eventually made it to LaGuardia about an hour later. Thank you very much. No, I'm good, but thank you. Thank you, sir. Have a good one. Alright, made it back to LaGuardia then. Eventually. Right, not got a very long turnaround now actually, so I need to get through for my last flight back down to Houston. Still smelling vaguely of garlic sauce from that kebab earlier. Hi there, I've got the little green man thing. Do I go this way? Thank you. Thank you. Alright then, one last flight to take. Let's go and get on my United Airlines flight back to Houston, and then we can get some sleep. I got to the gate as the plane was pulling onto the stand, and I thought I was all set to get straight home. Unfortunately though, LaGuardia had, well, other plans. We pushed back from the gate and joined a massive queue for takeoff. And when I say massive, the pilot announced that we were number 40 for takeoff. It turned out that LaGuardia was on the ground stop because of the weather, and eventually our crew timed out while we were still waiting to take off, so back to the gate we went.
Everything is kind of shut down for departures, so we're going to ask everybody to come off the airplane. As soon as they give me an update, I will give you the update, so please stay close to the gate area, but just come off if you belong at this time. Thank you.
So as I did the walk of shame back up the jet bridge, I just wondered how long I was going to be stuck here for. Well, that didn't happen, did it? We got out there, we sat for an hour and a half in a line, and then they brought us back to the gate because the crew ran out of time. So now we're back with every other cancelled flight out of LaGuardia tonight thanks to a big thunderstorm that's coming over the top, so yay. What happens now, I have absolutely no idea. The flight isn't due to leave now, it says for another hour, but I don't think we're going to get out in another hour. There's at least another 40-50 planes still waiting to take off, so I don't think we're going to be going anywhere tonight. I don't want to be sitting in LaGuardia Airport all night with 800 other people also on cancelled flights, so yeah. Alright, well they just announced to everybody that the flight is actually now delayed until 11:30 tomorrow morning, so they're advising that we call United, which I'm listening to their amazing hold music at the minute, and try and get rebooked for tomorrow morning. So in the meantime I'm going to try and find a hotel for the night and get some sleep. I may have bitten off more kebab than I can chew. Thank you very much for your help, I really appreciate it, and I appreciate the time that you spent on the phone trying to sort it. Alright then, well I've managed to book a hotel for tonight here in LaGuardia, just across the road, and I've got to wait for a shuttle to come now and pick me up and take me across there. It's now 10:30 at night, and United, bless them, I called the 1K line and they got me on the earlier flight tomorrow morning at 7:45, which means I get at least a few hours kip here in New York, and then tomorrow we'll try and get home once again. I bet you filled up fast tonight.
And this just suddenly happened. All right, so here you are.
Thank you very much.
Scan the QR behind.
Okay.
It has all the hotel info and the shuttle
Amazing.
hours.
Thank you.
Complimentary waters for
Oh,
your
thank
dining
you.
rooms.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks very much.
You're welcome.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. All right then, made it. Oh, to a bed at least. Oh, that feels good. Oh, an actual bed for a few hours anyway. Well, this has turned into more of a adventure than I expected it would be anyway. So, come to the. This is the LaGuardia Plaza or something. It's like literally the only hotel that had rooms. And it's now 11 o'clock at night. My flight leaves in about 8 hours from now, from back over at LaGuardia. So I'm going to do my darndest to get a good night's sleep here in this beautiful room. I mean, look at this. It's like going back in time to the 1970s, isn't it? So I'll see you in the morning. Good night. Oh, good morning. It is almost 5 o'clock in the morning. It's time to start getting up for my flight back. I've got a few hours sleep, which has been nice, well deserved, I think, well needed. But now let's get back to LaGuardia Airport for the flight back down to Houston. Finally. Morning, 10 will be United, please. Thank you.
Have fun.
Thank you, sir. Have the best day.
It will be. Thank you.
And so back at the airport, I had time for one well-needed coffee in the lounge before jumping down to my plane, where I just hoped that I'd be able to get out today. Hey, good morning. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you very much. Hope we get to go somewhere today. Good morning. It wasn't long until we took off, which already makes this flight more successful than yesterday's. And this time, I'm actually going somewhere. Home. The last leg then was a short 4-hour hop from New York all the way back to Bush Airport in Houston. And as we began our approach back into Houston, it's hard not to reflect on how ridiculous this whole thing's been, but also how perfect. One last ride on a flight that changed everything for me, one last taste of home, and, of course, one more story to tell. But boy was I glad to be home. You can smell the barbecue as soon as you step off the plane in Houston. And now I'm home. Well, there we go then. 10,000 miles, 2 continents, 3 days, and an unexpected night in Queens along the way as well. But I'm back in Houston. What an adventure that was. Would I do that all again for a kebab? Probably not. Unless somebody dared me maybe to do something else like that. I don't know. Put it down in the comments if you want to see me do more stuff like that. But in the meantime, I'm off to get some sleep before my next adventure. I've got 24 hours until my next flight. Crazy. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. As always, take care, be kind, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.